From the disturbing reason Toothless might actually be the first dragon that ever existed, to deleted scenes that completely change how you see the ending. Today we're breaking down 10 hidden things you didn't notice in How to Train Your Dragon. But first, if Toothless is your favorite dragon, drop a black heart right now. And if you're new here, subscribe, because we do this every single week. Number 1, Toothless might not be the last Night Fury. He might be the first dragon ever. This theory took 14 years to surface, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. Night Furies aren't rare because they went extinct. They're rare because every other dragon evolved from them. Here's the evidence. Toothless possesses all 7 core dragon abilities: Plasma Blasts, Echolocation, Speed, Camouflage, Intelligence, and Thermal Regulation. No other species has more than 3. The Deadly Natter lost Camouflage. The Nightmare lost Speed. The Gronkle lost Flight. Every dragon in the franchise is just a specialized, downgraded version of Toothless. Even the Book of Dragons describes Night Furies as the unholy offspring of lightning and death itself, not a species, a source. And that's why Toothless becomes alpha in the 3rd film, not through fighting, but through instinct. Every dragon recognizes him as the original. And here's the darkest part. Grimmel knew this. He spent 40 years hunting Night Furies, not just to kill them, but to permanently erase the one species capable of creating all others. Number 2, Toothless is still a child, and he's already done all of this. Most fans think Toothless reached his Titan Wing form during the Bewilderbeast fight because of his glowing spines. That's actually wrong. Those glowing spines are just a lightning channeling ability unique to Night Furies. A true Titan Wing has a fully mature body, reinforced spikes, completely new powers, and gives off a presence so powerful it unsettles other dragons just by being nearby. Toothless has none of that yet. Here's what makes that terrifying. By dragon lifespan standards, dragons live over 1,000 years. Toothless was basically a toddler when he met Hiccup. And in that time, he soloed 2 alpha dragons, the Red Death and the Bewilderbeast. He earned 3 titles: Legendary Dragon, Alpha, and Alpha of Alphas. Even Eruptidons, an entire class of alpha dragons, bowed the moment they heard his roar. He did all of that as a child. So what happens when Toothless reaches his actual peak? Probably something the hidden world itself couldn't contain. Number 3, Toothless is not the strongest dragon in the franchise. Most people assume Toothless is unbeatable, but the rankings tell a different story. Number 5, the Stormcutter. It can fly sideways, rotate its head 180 degrees, and shoot a continuous flame powerful enough to level a house in seconds. It survived 2 Death Gripper attacks and kept flying. Number 4, the Thunder Drum. A Tidal-class dragon that dodged Toothless's attack directly, can create shockwaves that stun other dragons and kill humans, and is completely immune to the Siren's Whistle. Number 3, the Red Death. 6 eyes, almost no blind spots, can lift Viking ships and crush them bare-handed, and its fire destroys an entire fleet in a single breath. Number 2, the Screaming Death, a mutation that appears once every century with every ability of the Whispering Death and almost no weaknesses. The most powerful dragon Berg faced since the Red Death. And number 1, a dragon so powerful that even Toothless is not a match for it, one that could theoretically destroy the world. Did you guess it? Drop your answer in the comments. Number 4, the reason the rider's armor matches their dragons is smarter than you think. In the hidden world, every dragon rider wears armor that looks exactly like their dragon. Most people think that's just for aesthetics. It's not. Hiccup spent years studying dragons and discovered that dragons naturally shed their scales, just like snakes. He began collecting those shed scales and crafting custom armor for each rider from them. That's why his suit is jet black like Toothless, and Snotlouts burns fiery red like his monstrous Nightmare. But here's the genius part. Dragons are naturally resistant to their own fire. Armor made from their scales passes that same protection to the rider, making them nearly fireproof in battle. Now think about this. Light Fury scales can bend light and make her almost invisible in the sky. Armor made from Light Fury scales would make the rider invisible too. It would be the most powerful armor ever created in that universe, and we never got to see it built. Number 5, the Light Fury's backstory connects directly to the Bewilderbeast. Here's a detail most people completely missed across the 2 films. At the end of the 2nd movie, the Bewilderbeast is defeated by Toothless and retreats. Then, in the hidden world, the Bewilderbeast reappears, which means he already knew about the hidden world long before the events of that film. This suggests he may have once ruled there, and here's where the Light Fury fits in. After the Bewilderbeast's defeat, the Light Fury may have left the hidden world, which would explain why she was later captured by dragon hunters. Every other Night Fury in the hidden world never leaves. They live in safety and stay hidden. But the Light Fury is the only one who ventures out alone. The theory is she wasn't just wandering, she was searching for a new partner after losing the one she had. That would make her entire arc in the third film not just a love story, but a second chance. Number 6. Toothless didn't get hit by that bola. He chose to let it hit him. This theory completely reframes the entire first movie. Toothless is the fastest, most agile dragon in the franchise. Vikings couldn't even see him clearly enough to draw him accurately in the manual. He outmaneuvers every weapon thrown at him throughout all 3 films. But somehow, a teenage boy's very first successful shot on a pitch-dark night with a homemade bola launcher he built himself takes down a Night Fury perfectly on the first try. Think about that carefully. Toothless had a fraction of a second to dodge. He has dodged far faster things without effort, but he didn't move. The theory is Toothless was done. Done raiding, done serving the Red Death, done with a life that had no purpose. He saw that bola coming and he made a choice. He didn't get caught. He surrendered to a boy he somehow sensed was different. The most important shot in the entire movie was never really a shot at all. Number 7. Snotlout has a crush on Valka, and the movie hides it perfectly. This is one of the most subtle running jokes in the third film, and most people register it as background noise. In the hidden world, Snotlout quietly develops a very obvious infatuation with Valka, Hiccup's mother. After every battle victory, he deliberately positions himself next to her and asks if his moves looked cool. When she says yes, he immediately goes smug. Whenever she gives advice to anyone, he jumps in with, "And I was saying that all along." When Valka wins an arm wrestling match, Snotlout praises her without a single moment of hesitation. But here's the best part. Valka has completely figured him out. Her strategy is precise. Reject him while complimenting him at exactly the same time. When Snotlout insists on following her to hunt Grimmel, she tells him he's far too important here. He walks away satisfied. He never even realizes what happened. And during the final battle, when she gives him genuine, sincere praise for his performance, it absolutely makes his entire day. Is it admiration? Is it a crush? The movie never says. It just lets it sit there perfectly. Number 8. Every dragon in the franchise was based on a real animal. The animators couldn't hire real dragons, so they built each one from actual animal behavior. The Gronkle moves exactly like a bulldog that physically should not be able to fly, but somehow does, like a bumblebee. The Zippleback is modeled after snakes and weasels, which is why it's twitchy and unpredictable. The monstrous nightmare moves like a lion, and its fire spreads like a flaming mane. The deadly Natter behaves like a chicken, but fans its tail like a peacock when threatened. And Toothless, in his very first scenes, before he trusts Hiccup, he moves exactly like a cautious panther, always watching, always calculating, never relaxed. But the moment he bonds with Hiccup, his entire movement style shifts into a mix of a dog and a cat. 2 completely different animals. One dragon, one friendship. That transition was designed deliberately by the animators, and it's one of the most quietly brilliant character arcs in animation history. Number 9. Toothless and Stitch look almost identical, and there's a very specific reason. When the animators first designed Toothless, they tried to follow the original books, a small, scraggly dragon. The director rejected it immediately. He wanted a dragon that grew alongside Hiccup, reflected primal animal instincts, and was completely black. That last point caused a genuine crisis in the animation department. A black character in a dark environment is extremely difficult to animate clearly. To solve the personality problem, they built Toothless from 3 animals: a dog, a cat, and a lizard. In the first film, he even had faint leopard spots that were quietly removed in the sequels as he matured. But then the team noticed something alarming. Toothless looked almost identical to Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. Same eyes, same build, same facial expression range. The director's response? It doesn't matter. This is the dragon I want. But here's why it makes complete sense. Chris Sanders, the co-director of How to Train Your Dragon, was the original director of Lilo and Stitch. He drew both characters. Of course they look the same. He was the same artist, building the same kind of creature he'd always loved. Number 10. 95% of fans have never seen these deleted scenes, and they change everything. 3 scenes were cut from the trilogy, and almost nobody has watched them. Scene 1. In the released version of the Hidden World, Toothless shows off his new automatic tail fin, and the Light Fury is charmed by it. In the deleted version, Toothless spots her tail fin and immediately bites it. She flips him forward and bites his tail back. They tumble through the air together, completely out of control. Their love story starts with a mutual bite. Scene 2. In the released cut of the second film, Hiccup shows Valka maps of Viking territories they've explored. In the deleted version, he also shows her a weapon called Inferno. He immediately loses control of it, and it starts violently dragging him around the room, terrifying Cloudjumper, who rushes in to protect Valka from her own son. And scene 3, in the final version of the dragon rescue sequence in the third film, Hookfang simply carries Snotlout away. In the deleted scene, Snotlout almost gets ambushed, and it's Valka who steps in to save him. which is exactly what fuels the crush that runs through the rest of the movie. They cut the scene that explained everything. And that's all 10. Which one hit hardest? The theory that Toothless is the original dragon, the deleted scene reveals, or the fact that Toothless chose to get hit? Drop it in the comments. Hit like if you want part 2 and subscribe, because we find what the movies hide so you never have to watch alone again.